In Arendelle live two princesses, Anna and Elsa. As young girls, they love playing together, and with Elsa's magical powers, Anna can ask her sister any time of year if she wants to build a snowman. Their fun and games, though, is cut short with an accident in the Great Hall. And we learn our first lesson. Great power can cause great harm if not used carefully and wisely. After Anna was hit by Elsa's ice power, her father knows what to do and brings her to the Grand Pabbie of the Trolls. Fortunately, Anna's injury was to the head, not the heart, which can't be as changed as easily. Then the troll warns Elsa about her powers and how fear could be her downfall someday. Lesson 2. Fear is a destructive force. Back home, the king closes up the castle and shuts everyone out to protect Elsa, shutting even Anna out from her sister. Anna doesn't understand why her sister doesn't play with her or want to build a snowman anymore. Lesson 3. Feeling rejected by others is one of the most painful things we can experience. Then one day, the king and queen leave for a trip overseas. But the ship is lost and the worst is assumed. The whole kingdom mourns the loss of their rulers. But even when the princesses are at their lowest, Elsa doesn't want to reveal her powers and hurt her sister. 3 years later, Arendelle is finally open for the first time in forever. Ambassadors and visitors from many nations come to celebrate the coronation of Queen Elsa. Anna especially is excited to see the doors finally being opened and having people come into the city and castle. Lesson 4. Freedom and company is appreciated so much more after experiencing confinement and loneliness. Elsa, on the other hand, is dreading the coronation and having to conceal her powers and feelings in front of all the people. When the gates open for the first time in forever, Anna stumbles into Hans from the Southern Isles and their first meeting goes well and sparks a lot of interest between them. Lesson 5. Don't trust your feelings. As Anna finds out later, even though Hans is charming and attractive, the true evil in this movie is found in him. Love at first sight is not to be trusted. Elsa barely manages to make it through the coronation without revealing herself to everyone. With her gloves back on, she feels at ease again. Anna and Elsa reunite at the party afterwards, rekindling the friendship between the sisters. Anna asks Elsa, why can't it always be this way? Anna's haunting question is gladly interrupted by Hans, and they continue enjoying each other's company. For them, it seems love is an open door, and in many ways they seem to be a good match. Little does Anna know, however, Hans is only playing with her in a ploy for his own ambitions. Lesson 6. It takes time to get to know someone and see who they really are. You can't just meet someone in a day and know if they are a monster on the inside or not. When Anna brings Hans back to Elsa and tries to introduce him, Elsa does not approve and tells her sister, "No, you can't marry a man you just met." The sisters begin fighting, and when Anna continues to push Elsa, her icy feelings are revealed and we physically can see how she feels. Lesson 7. When we shut people out of our lives with icy and reclusive feelings, we hurt ourselves as well as others. As her power is no longer a secret, Elsa flees from Arendelle. While she runs, the city is covered in a permanent winter and the fjord ices over. Anna decides she needs to search for Elsa and puts Hans in charge of Arendelle while she is gone. Meanwhile, Elsa hikes to North Mountain to get away from everyone and to find some solitude with her feelings. She finds relief in being able to let it go and see what she can do with snow and ice when she doesn't have to conceal her powers. She even creates a magnificent home to live in, Elsa's palace. Lesson 8. Solitude is a helpful tool in helping us to work through our feelings. As Anna continues the search for Elsa, she meets Kristoff and his reindeer Sven. Anna asks Kristoff to help her find Elsa, and in return helps pay for some supplies he didn't have enough money for. She insists on leaving that night, and their adventure to North Mountain begins. When Kristoff and Anna encounter some wolves, they are forced to abandon his sled. and they continue their adventure by foot. As they walk through Elsa's winter wonderland, Anna, Kristoff, and Sven meet Olaf, a cheerful snowman who has a dream of seeing what it is like in summer. Lesson 9. Dreams are good, but it's also good to check ourselves and make sure our goals are realistic. Olaf agrees to show them the way to Elsa's palace. When Anna's horse returns to Arendelle without her, Hans decides to lead a team in search for Elsa and Anna. Meanwhile, Anna and Kristoff find Elsa's ice palace, and Anna enters while the others wait. Anna is impressed by all that her sister has made, and at first Elsa welcomes Anna, but when Anna asks her to return to Arendelle and fix the eternal winter, she realizes that even in her isolation, she is still hurting people, and her inner torment grows until in her anguish, Anna is hit by Elsa's ice power again. Elsa kicks everyone out of her palace, and a new snow creature called Marshmallow chases them away. Elsa's cold and frozen heart reminds Kristoff of the ice he grew up collecting from the mountains. Ice is beautiful, powerful, dangerous, and cold, just like Elsa and her ice powers. Lesson 10. There's a place for solitude, but hiding from people when they are in need of help is a sign of a cold and icy heart. When Anna and Kristoff are a safe distance from Marshmallow, Kristoff notices that Anna's hair is turning more white. She needs help, and he knows exactly who they can ask. While meeting the trolls, which are really Kristoff's adopted family, they misunderstand and think Kristoff and Anna are a couple. When they try to correct the trolls, they say that Kristoff may be a fixer-upper, but he's really sensitive and sweet. Lesson 11. Everyone's a bit of a fixer-upper. And when we pursue a relationship, we need to love the other person despite their imperfections. Before long, however, Anna collapses from her ice injury, and Grand Pabbie comes over to see what's wrong. Unfortunately, Anna has a frozen heart, and unless an act of true love heals her, she will eventually become solid ice. Meanwhile, Hans and his crew arrive at the ice palace, and Elsa battles the guards, who end up capturing her. Back at Arendelle, Elsa is kept captive until they can figure out what to do with her. Hans seems sympathetic, but our 12th lesson is a warning. Not everyone who acts nice is always a nice guy. Hans, as we'll figure out, isn't who he appears to be. Sven rushes Kristoff and Anna back to Arendelle in hopes that Hans can provide an act of true love for her. But when Anna is alone with Hans, his true evil plan is revealed. He never loved Anna, he was only trying to become the ruler of Arendelle. And now with Anna almost dead and Elsa accused of treason against Arendelle, his evil plan is close to working out. The other city leaders have fallen for Hans' ruse, but when the soldiers arrive at Elsa's cell, they find that she escaped. As Kristoff is going back home, he sees a magical ice storm brewing over Arendelle and rushes back, for he knows that Anna is in trouble. Meanwhile, just as things aren't looking good for Anna, Olaf shows up in time to help warm her up and save her from turning into solid ice. While at the fireplace, Olaf explains love to Anna and gives us our lesson 13. Love is putting someone else's needs before yours. Olaf sees Kristoff returning to Arendelle, so Anna tries to meet Kristoff in hopes that he will have an act of true love for her. But the storm is raging, and both Kristoff and Anna have a hard time seeing where they are going. At the same time, Hans finds Elsa and informs her how Anna was fatally wounded by her ice power. Overcome by her love for Anna and thinking that she failed her sister, Elsa collapses and the fog is all cleared away. Anna sees that Elsa's in trouble with Hans, and despite her own great needs, she protects her sister by acting out Olaf's lesson 13. Putting someone else's needs before yours. When Anna turns into solid ice, it seems like a tragic end, but in a miraculous twist of events, her self-sacrifice melts her frozen heart. Anna's act of true love gives Elsa a new idea as well. She realizes love can break the power of winter over Arendelle. 2 lessons to learn here. Lesson 14. Fear of what others think holds us back. Lesson 15. Love has the power to melt frozen hearts. Arendelle is full of happy endings. Olaf is given his own snow cloud to keep him from melting. Hans is sent back home so he can no longer threaten the royal family. Anna replaces Kristoff's sled with a brand new one. Kristoff and Anna fall in love after all. And Elsa becomes a good queen loved by her people, using her powers for the good of all Arendelle.